If you just bought a MacBook or you're switching from Windows to macOS, you'll probably run into some of these issues. Not knowing where files are stored, struggling with window management, dealing with a delayed dock when auto hide is enabled, completely different keyboard shortcuts, or even feeling awkward when trying to perform a simple drag and drop action. In this video, I'll show you 9 essential settings and tips to help you understand the Mac way of doing things in just 10 minutes. If you learned something useful from this video, don't forget to like and subscribe at the end. Let's get started. 1. Trackpad settings. After turning on your MacBook, I recommend setting up the trackpad first to make it easier to use. Open Settings. Scroll down to Trackpad and enable Tap to Click. This allows you to select icons and items with a light tap instead of physically pressing down on the trackpad. You can also adjust the tracking speed based on your preference. If you don't like the default scrolling direction, go to Scroll and Zoom and disable natural scrolling. This will make 2-finger downward scrolling move pages down, similar to Windows. Another very important setting is 3-finger drag. This works similarly to holding down the left mouse button and moving the cursor, or pressing down on the trackpad while dragging. Go to Settings, Accessibility, Pointer Control, Trackpad Options, enable dragging, and change the drag style to 3-finger drag. Now when you move files or select multiple items, you can simply use 3 fingers to drag across the trackpad. Some other useful trackpad gestures include pinching with 2 fingers to zoom, swiping up with 4 fingers to open Mission Control, and spreading 4 fingers to show the desktop. 2. Understanding the MacBook interface. In the center of the screen is your desktop and workspace, which we'll cover in more detail later. In the top left corner is the Apple logo. Clicking it gives you access to system information, sleep, restart, shutdown, lock screen, and other system functions. Next to it is the menu bar for the currently active application. This changes depending on which app is open. For example, if I open Safari, the menu bar changes. If I open the App Store, the menu bar changes again. If no app is active, it defaults to the Finder menu. In the top right corner is the status bar, which includes notifications, Wi-Fi, battery status, date, time, and control center. If you're familiar with the iPhone, this area will feel very familiar. You can hold the Command key and drag icons to rearrange them. If you'd like to display the battery percentage, simply right-click the battery icon and select Show Percentage. At the bottom is the dock. It's very similar to the dock on iPhone and iPad. The left side contains pinned applications, the middle shows recently used apps, and the right side contains minimized windows, and the trash are on the right. 3. Dock settings. You can open Launchpad by clicking a Launchpad icon in the dock or by pinching inward with 4 fingers on the trackpad. This shows all applications installed on your Mac. You can click and drag frequently used apps into the dock to keep them permanently available. By dragging the divider line up or down, you can resize the dock. You can also right-click the dock and choose to hide it. In dock settings, you can enable automatically hide and show the dock. When enabled, the dock disappears and reappears when you move the pointer to the bottom of the screen. However, you'll notice that the default animation is fairly slow and can affect productivity. To fix this, press Command plus space to open Spotlight Search. Type Terminal and open it. Then enter the following command. Press Enter and the dock will appear instantly with no delay. 4. Desktop and widget settings. Unlike Windows, desktop icons on macOS automatically align along the right side of the desktop. Right-click on an empty area of the desktop to customize icon arrangement, sorting, stacking, and organization. Open Show View options to adjust icon size, grid spacing, item information, and more. If you right-click any file or folder, you'll see additional options such as Delete, Duplicate, and Color tags. You can also right-click an empty area and select Edit Widgets to add your favorite widgets to the desktop. Right-clicking a widget allows you to change its size. If you'd like widgets to appear transparent, open Settings, go to Desktop and Dock, and change widget style to monochrome. This makes the desktop look both clean and efficient. If your iPhone and MacBook are signed into the same Apple account, you can go to Settings, General, AirDrop, and Continuity, and enable iPhone widgets. This allows you to add iPhone widgets directly to your Mac desktop. 5. Application window management. When an application is open, you can resize it by dragging its edges or corners. Unlike Windows, the close, minimize, and maximize buttons are located on the left side of the window. Hovering over the green button gives you additional window management options, including split-screen layouts and tiled arrangements. As mentioned earlier, the menu bar next to the Apple logo also provides application-specific options such as File, Edit, and View. To quickly show the desktop, simply spread 4 fingers on the trackpad. If you need to drag files from the desktop into an application window, you can either resize the window manually or use hot corners. Go to Settings, Desktop, and Dock, select Hot Corners, and assign one corner to Show Desktop. Now when you reveal the desktop, you can drag a file into the corner to temporarily bring back your application window and drop the file inside. 6. Keyboard shortcuts. If you want to use a MacBook efficiently, learning keyboard shortcuts is essential. For example, the copy shortcut on a MacBook is Command+C. The paste shortcut is Command+V. The select all shortcut is Command+A. The cut shortcut is Command+X, and the undo shortcut is Command+Z. Personally, I never fully got used to the keyboard feel on MacBook, especially the MacBook Neo. So I paired it with a low-profile mechanical keyboard. The Lofree Flow Lite has a very minimalist design and a compact size, so it does not take up much desk space. It weighs only 557 grams, making it easy to carry when you're on the go. It is very convenient for typing on a MacBook. It also has a physical knob that can be used to adjust the volume, giving it a very retro feel. Its front height is only 12 millimeters, allowing your hands to rest naturally while typing, which can significantly reduce wrist strain during long typing sessions. Compared with the MacBook keyboard, it feels much more comfortable. It uses 40-gram linear switches, giving it a very smooth overall feel and more noticeable keystroke feedback than the MacBook keyboard. The typing sound is crisper but still relatively controlled, and together with its soft lighting, it is very suitable for quiet work at night. It costs less than $90, making it an excellent budget mechanical keyboard. Now I will use it to demonstrate some common shortcuts. If you want to hide the current window, you can use Command+H. If you want to hide all other windows except the current one, you can use Command+Option+H. If you want to hide all windows, you can use Command+Option+H+M. You will notice that the app still shows a small dot in the dock, which means it has not been quit. You only need to use Command+Q to quit the app. Command+Shift+3 captures the entire screen. Command+Shift+4 captures a selected area. Command+Shift+5 opens the screenshot toolbar, where you can choose to capture the entire screen, capture a selected area, record the entire screen, or record a selected area. You can also choose where the screenshot or screen recording will be saved in Options. It is important to note that MacBook screen recordings do not record audio by default. If you turn on the MacBook microphone here, it can record both the audio from the Mac and the surrounding sound. 7. Finder and File Management. Finder is one of the most important and frequently used applications on macOS. It is similar to this PC on Windows. When you open Finder, the main window typically displays recent files. The left side contains the sidebar. Click Finder in the menu bar, open Settings, select Sidebar, and enable the categories you use most often. This makes file navigation much more convenient. For desktop file management, you can enable items such as external drives in Finder's general settings. Once enabled, those drives will appear directly on the desktop. Keep in mind that if you enable desktop and documents folder syncing, your desktop files will also appear on other devices signed into the same Apple account, such as your iPhone. At the top is the toolbar, which includes view options, sorting methods, and more. You can customize the toolbar by adding items such as Path, Get Info, Delete, and AirDrop. This allows you to quickly perform common actions on selected files. Unlike Windows, macOS doesn't always display file paths. To show them, click View in the menu bar and select Show Path Bar. You'll then see the file path at the bottom of the Finder window. You can use it to navigate folders quickly or drag files between directories. If you also enable Show Status Bar, you'll see folder item counts and available storage space. You can select any folder, right-click it, and use colored tags to organize it, making your folders easier to distinguish. If you want to rename a file, right-clicking it and then selecting Rename takes extra time. A faster way is to select the file and press Enter to start renaming it. You can also press the spacebar to preview the file, and press it again to return. If the file thumbnails are too small to see clearly, go to View at the top, open View Options, and adjust the icon size. If you want to view multiple images, select them together and press the spacebar, then use the left and right arrow keys to quickly switch between them. 8. Installing and uninstalling applications. You can download applications directly from the App Store. If the app you want isn't available there, for example, Notion, simply download the Mac version from the web. Open the Downloads folder, locate the DMG file, double-click it, and drag the application into the Applications folder. Once installed, right-click the mounted disk and eject it. You can then find the application in Launchpad and open it. To uninstall an application, open Finder, select Applications in the sidebar. Right-click the app and move it to the trash. If an application freezes, click the Apple logo in the top left corner, select Force Quit, choose the frozen app, and force it to close. 9. Mac, iPhone, and iPad integration. Open iPhone mirroring from the dock and you control your iPhone directly from your MacBook. You can even drag and drop files between them. Content copied on your Mac can be pasted on your iPhone. Simply go to Settings, General, click AirDrop and Continuity, and turn on continuity. You can also use your MacBook keyboard and mouse to control your iPad. First, open Settings on your MacBook. Go to Displays, click Advanced, and turn on all the options that allow connections to a Mac or iPad. Then go to General and Settings, click AirDrop and Continuity, and turn on continuity. Finally, open your iPad and you will see both your MacBook and iPad in the display settings. Click Arrange at the bottom and adjust the positions of the iPad and MacBook to match their actual placement. You will then be able to move the MacBook pointer past the edge of the screen and onto the iPad, allowing you to control the iPad with the MacBook trackpad and keyboard. You can even drag files directly from your MacBook to your iPad. If the MacBook display feels too small, open Control Center, select Screen Mirroring, and choose your iPad. The iPad becomes the second display for multitasking. You can even interact with Mac content using touch on the iPad, such as signing documents directly on images. That's everything covered in this video. If you're new to MacBook or recently switched from Windows, I hope these tips help you get comfortable with macOS much faster. Don't forget to like and subscribe.